What's up, everybody? Chris and Rob here of the Jersey Comic Crew, and today we are breaking down all of the new title screens that we just got from Disney Plus Day. We got a bunch of shows coming out for the next few years, I think up to 2023. And Rob, I'm so excited about all these shows, and I need you to tell me what you think and why X-Men 97 is the best one.
We're going to get to that. Thanks to Disney Plus Twitter.
They didn't take the bait.
I did not. I'm not taking the bait. We'll talk about it later. I'm not stupid. They put all the information on Twitter so that way we have a whole list of here to show you and walk through everything. And first off, we want to talk about is Secret Invasion. Of course, the title screen looks great. Scroll, purple, they're changing colors. And we got this beautiful photo of Nick Fury, maybe Scroll Nick Fury, with the blue eye, the slash, the grizzle. He looks great. It looks fantastic. I love this old kind of style of Nick Fury.
Yeah.
This makes me really excited for Secret Invasion. I know it's coming very soon. I don't know when. I want to see who's a Skrull, who's not a Skrull. You know, the whole point in Secret Invasion in the comic books, some of the heroes that we thought were dead weren't because they were Skrulls and vice versa. So maybe this is like, oh, certain characters died and they never died, right? Or certain characters were here, but they weren't. Like, which one's the real Nick Fury? Which one's the fake? This essentially allows Marvel to retcon any character that they want with a new actor or actress and keep the show moving forward for years to come. So, Coulson, like we saw him die in Loki, that might not have been Coulson. Like, Coulson could be this evil warlord on the Kree Empire. I don't know. I
think they're done with Coulson. They don't even like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. over there.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, so Secret Invasion, definitely going to be centered around Nick Fury. In my head right now, especially with that photo that released with it, Rob, this seems to be like Nick Fury getting back in it.
Yes.
Right? Like back in the fray.
In the driver's seat.
Yes, like getting his groove back as far as being the best secret agent spy agency of all time, regardless if it's with S.H.I.E.L.D. or S.W.O.R.D. or whatever the hell he's doing, because we know he's with Skrulls in space right now. And we know Talos is playing him on Earth. So I think Nick Fury, this is kind of his mission right now with, I need to find out who's Skrulls. I can't trust all my Avengers that I put together and the new ones and after Endgame because I don't know if they're Skrulls. Like this is going to be a very personal mission for Fury, in my opinion, right now. And it's going to be interesting to see who is a Skrull and who isn't. Obviously, that game of who's a Skrull comes back really quick when you see something like that. This is going to be a big one to watch out for. And it came out in a time of comics where there was a lot going on. This was right after House of M.
Yeah.
So like you just had Wanda kind of destroy stuff with No More Mutants, and then Bendis writes this, and now everyone's a Skrull, and Hank Pym's a Skrull. That could be a big one for the MCU.
That could be that. I could see that. That would be my most likely one. Hank Pym.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool
if Hank Pym was a Skrull. So that's where I'm going with that one.
Moving on, we have Marvel Zombies. Yes, you might be familiar with Marvel Zombies from What If you were watching What If or the hit comic book run. But we are getting an animated original series of Marvel Zombies. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see The Walking Dead meets Marvel meets animation. It's going to be great seeing our superheroes go mad and insane. I'm hoping it's that What If universe and we see how it starts and how it just gets crazy and maybe even continue on afterwards. That would be really cool to see. I'm just so excited to see anything animated Marvel come out because they did such a good job with What If.
I agree. I'm excited for this Marvel one, especially in the animation form. I think this has a big opportunity, more so than a lot of people are thinking about. I think this show, like you said, combines what they did with What If. That's a story I would love to see play out. Also kind of go into the comic realm of things, see if they could kind of placate some of that, because I think they have a big opportunity to expand that animation realm, and not everything has to be exactly what's going on in the MCU, but a different version of it.
Okay, yeah.
And maybe this is where you introduce like animated Deadpool. Just have Ryan Reynolds voice it. He's killing zombies.
Sure.
That's where you kind of show people where this is going to go. You know, we talked about She-Hulk before in that kind of realm. She-Hulk has a little pseudo Deadpool in her as far as like breaking the fourth wall and the tropes, right? So this, I think, would be another great opportunity for them to kind of push that factor and see where Deadpool's kind of going to fall in that Disney realm of this R-rated, you know, street talking character who spits curses every 5 words.
Well, speaking of curses, we got to talk about spells and magic. That was Agatha all along. Sorry. Agatha House of Harkness. It's not Agatha all along. It should have been. I wish it was. But the spin-off show for Agatha Harkness, I know some people are giving it flack online. Why do we need an Agatha show? If you think you don't need a Agatha Harkness show, you're out of your mind. It's going to be exploring the deep, dark, sacred, mystical arts that you didn't get to see in Doctor Strange. It's going to see the other side of the story with the Darkhold, with demons and monsters and other realms. It's going to be the perfect setup. It's going to be so good.
I agree. And if you didn't think this was an Agatha show or they needed one, look at me.
I'm looking.
What are you doing?
I'm talking to you.
What the hell's wrong with you?
All right.
There's a reason she didn't die at the end of WandaVision.
True.
They needed her they're going to need her for something, right? Like Rob and I went through this when we did all the WandaVision recaps. So they're obviously you're going to need her for something. She's obviously a very well, established witch in her community. She knew everything. She had the Darkhold. Could this be something also affecting through the Moon Knight, Blade, Dane Whitman, Midnight Suns thing we were talking about earlier?
I'm thinking
that seems like a great plan, or possibly more so, could this be a prequel to like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness or something along that lines? We know Wanda's in that movie. I'm very excited for the Agatha show because also she was just amazing in it.
She was amazing in WandaVision. She was probably the real heart of the show. And speaking of hearts, we got to talk about Ironheart. And yes, I'm talking about, it's a superhero. It is not Iron Man's metal heart. Ironheart is Riri Williams. She's a teenager who hacked into Tony Stark's mainframe, built her own Iron Man suit, and became a superhero on her own, and eventually got recognition from all the other heroes. It's going to be great. She partners up a lot with Miss Marvel, so this could be the beginning of like the Young Avengers. The Champions is the team name there. So I'm excited to see her. She's a fantastic character. I love reading her, especially in Champions with all the other characters. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I like how they kind of updated the logo to having a literal iron heart, not just the arc reactor. I would love, I know it's a stretch, I would love for her, like Jarvis / AI, to be Tony's voice, and RDJ just comes back to do the voice of the AI. So you have that bickering back and forth.
I would like that.
Yeah, she's a very new character, guys. She was only created a couple years ago by Brian Michael Bendis right before he left Marvel. So the comics are very limited. As Rob said, she's mostly in Champions. That's where kind of her best stories are. So this is another character from Marvel that has like very expansive reach with this. They can kind of go in a direction they kind of choose with this character based on just what's written already. So that's definitely way down the line. I'm thinking 2023-ish for this show. But we'll see. We'll obviously tell you guys more when it comes out.
Moving on, we have to talk about a little bit about I Am Groot. I Am Groot getting his own animated series. It doesn't matter what it's about. It could be about him eating a bowl of cereal for 12 episodes. I'm going to watch Baby Groot do his little thing. It's I Am Groot, so maybe it's like not just Baby Groot, but when you look at Baby Groot hanging out there, that's all you could think about. I want it. I love it. I'm going to watch it with my mom. It's her favorite character. It's going to be a blast.
I cannot, like, it's one of those things where I forget about, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Groot. Like, I can't wait to see this. I hope it's like, a 6-episode, half-hour-ish, 20 minutes of just him doing adorable, like, Baby Yoda style things.
Yeah.
And this probably will tie into that Guardians holiday special that they've been teasing for like 2 years for some reason when it's not even coming out till next holiday.
Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe it's whatever Groot's doing. Maybe it's Groot kind of growing up and getting back to kind of how he was in Guardians 1, like adult Groot. And that maybe ties into the holiday special, like being like thankfulness and all that other fun stuff. But maybe it's kind of a coming of age story for Groot and a little more of his origin of where he comes from. He's in the comics, it's like a planet of Groots.
Oh yeah.
And they're just all over the place. But like how our Groot is special from that or something like that. Maybe he's a leader or like a Chewbacca type.
I think it'd be great. Like I said, it could be anything, and I'm down. Moving on, I'm really excited for, and this is something that I didn't think was coming. Spider-Man Freshman Year, another animated series, which of course, I'm excited for. Focusing on Peter Parker freshman year of high school doing his other stuff. There's whispers on the internet that this is like Tobey Maguire's like freshman year and this is what it's about. I don't know how true that is.
What if I just kind of blow this out of proportion right now? What if I just blow this whole thing up right now?
What do you know something?
No, I don't. This is pure speculation, everybody, grain of salt.
Okay.
Just thought that came to mind. What if instead of like the animation, because Spider-Man's had so many animated shows, and they're
all great.
They seem, a lot of them are great, a lot of them aren't. But it seems like since after like the '90s show, which is where me and Rob grew up with, it's kind of gotten more kitty. Disney Channel here, Disney XD here.
Fair.
Way more Ultimate Universe, like messy. That has a Marvel Studios tag on it.
It does. It does.
What if this isn't freshman year of high school? What if this is Tom Holland voiced freshman year of college, and this becomes a more adult animated series that's like a Spider-Man 3.5 in between the movie we're getting in a month in No Way Home and whatever they're doing next with this character, hopefully another big movie. But what if this is kind of like the Clone Wars of Spider-Man's universe, and this is his college freshman year and not his high school freshman?
I think that'd be great. I would love to see it. I didn't even think this be college. That'd be awesome. You blew it up. You blew it up great. Does it? My thing is, it doesn't need necessarily to even tie into the MCU, but if it does, that'd be great.
It seems like it's going to with the Marvel Studios tag on it, right?
Now that you said that, it's kind of hard to look away.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got to talk about Echo. Yes, Echo is a fantastic hero. Some big connections with Echo. One, she in comics currently, she just became the new holder of the Phoenix Force. So awesome has to do direct ties with Chris's T-shirt of the XMen. She's the Kingpin's adoptive daughter. That's definitely something to talk about. She has connections with Hawkeye and all these other stuff. We might see her make an appearance in the Hawkeye show.
Oh, she's in it.
Oh, she's in the Hawkeye show.
She's in the trailer. Yeah, she's in it.
Is she in the trailer?
Yeah, we definitely see her. She's holding a gun at Hawkeye. It seems like
that's
she's working
right.
with the jumpsuit Russian
Yes.
guys. So she's definitely in it. I don't know if she has her powers yet in that, which may
What are her powers?
Well, her powers, she's kind of like Taskmaster. She can kind of just copy anything and be really good at it. Reflexes are like instant. So that's, I mean, fighting a guy who shoots arrows for a living, that's going to be a big foil for him if her powers are already there and she's hiding them. Or if she, kind of gets her powers, which is kind of what we may see with Kamala Khan as well in Ms. Marvel. We saw kind of this like blast. I don't know how much they're going to go into either mutants or Inhumans, but with Echo, that's going to be an interesting show. It's got to be based on after she gets her powers dealing with it. She's also deaf. She's also a deaf character.
She is deaf with she is from Native American descent. She has a handprint on her face. It's going to be fantastic. This show is the show I am most excited about.
Oh, do tell.
Mainly because of her and her father is Kingpin. And there's been a lot, and I mean a lot of rumors. Now there are a lot of rumors. A lot of rumors that Vincent D'Onofrio, aka Kingpin from Daredevil, is going to make an appearance in Hawkeye. And if he's in Hawkeye, he's obviously going to be an Echo, her adopted father. Maybe this makes Daredevil canon, and then we see Matt Murdock, and all the tendrils start freaking out, and I lose my mind. I'm excited. Now, I know what you're going to say. Rob, are you just excited because Daredevil and Kingpin are going to be in this? Yes. But Echo's a fantastic character. She's going to be what you wanted from... She's going to be what you wanted from Taskmaster and more. The question is, how long does it take her to turn from villain to hero? And we might be getting that battle of consciousness in the Echo TV series. So there's a lot riding on this for me. And I could be very wrong.
Yeah, who knows? It's definitely going to be a centralized story about her, right? In some form. We always talk about this where you and I get all these grand, amazing ideas of how to make a show better, but then it doesn't become a show about the titular character.
Nah.
So I think absolutely this is how to get Vincent D'Onofrio back as Kingpin, whether we see him in Hawkeye and he's controlling this kind of gang of Russians and Echo, or we have her origin story in this with her adoptive father, who she eventually hates because of all the lies he gave to her. And I don't want to blow that entire storyline yet. So, but yeah, I think this is going to be a very good show. I'm also very interested to see if they're going to have her be born deaf, or if that's going to happen during maybe Hawkeye. And also in her own show, could this be how she deals with that and adapts to life like that? Or is it something that delves into that as well? because that's the characterization should be really good because you're going to have a character that's using a lot of sign language that obviously isn't going to be talking much. So that's going to be interesting how they kind of even that out within the show.
I like
which
that.
They actually did a very good job with in Eternals with Makkari.
I could definitely see her losing her hearing, and that might set her down the path of darkness to become adopted by Kingpin, and all of that plays out in the show. That'd be fantastic. Maybe. Moving on, what if season 2 is going to be coming? Fantastic. I can't wait to see how that plays out with Perfect Ultron still lingering in the back corners of the multiverse.
Yeah, I'm definitely waiting for that episode that was supposed to happen in season 1 that we got a snippet of at the finale of season 1, which was the episode centered around Gamora and Tony Stark in space, whether they were trying to destroy the Infinity Stones there or what have you. So that was an episode that, due to COVID, got canceled for episode 1. It wasn't done, but it is coming out for episode 2. I don't know what the order is, but that will definitely be a season 2 episode. And obviously, more Dark Doctor Strange, more wow to the Watcher when we thought we had him in Eternals, but we were wrong. But more Jeffrey Rush breaking his oath, and hopefully some other Watchers. Kind of like, I'd love to see almost like this kind of like Green Lantern Council.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Watchers that are kind of watching over the multiverse and making decisions, and maybe some more ties directly into the main MCU.
Next couple ones, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. We're not really going to do a lot of talking on them here because we did separate videos earlier this week. Each one of them, we played the trailer, the teaser, we talked about it. It's fantastic. Go watch that. Don't you agree, Chris?
I do. Go watch it if you haven't watched it. We break down the entire trailer. We talk all of our like nitty-gritty thoughts about it, all the theories you guys love to hear from us, and they're pretty good. I blew Rob's mind a couple times, so these you don't want to miss.
But last but certainly not least, X-Men 97. They are continuing X-Men 92, the classic animated show that kind of put Marvel on the map back in the 90s.
Oh my God.
Who doesn't want that? And then, of course, you have the meme of Wolverine looking at X-Men 97. I'm glad that took over, and they leaned heavy into that. But
I kind of wish it was the Rogue meme.
I don't know. I think that was perfect. I can't wait to see the show continue. I just have to binge watch the whole 92 now.
Oh, absolutely.
And now I'm going to go watch it.
Absolutely. It just gives me an excuse to rewatch X-Men 92 again for the umpteenth time. Fun fact, my ringtone is still the theme song to X-Men 92.
Is it really?
It is. If you call me on Ring right now, it is exactly what we'll play. It has not changed at all for years. It is hands down one of the best theme songs ever. And it just, every time you hear it, you get excited. It pumps so hard. And I'm very excited for the show because it actually is going to be right after the end of X-Men 92, which ended in 1997. I love that they're not rebooting it, right? I love that they're not taking everything we knew and love about the show and just being like, all right, we're going to modernize it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
That's what I thought they were doing, and I was excited for that. But like, I'm even more excited that they're continuing it. So I think like they keep what was there originally sacred, and then they're moving on, taking it and developing it and improving it. I'm all for it.
And this is one we obviously got to wait till 2023 for, but that just gives, if you haven't watched X-Men 92,
you have a year.
It is, any comic fan who does a top 5 animated like comic book show, this is arguably 2 or 1 on any given day.
Exactly.
With Batman the Animated Series, it always is in the top 5. So it's an amazing show. It goes through the Phoenix Force, it goes through Apocalypse, great seasons, great voice acting. Wolverine's voice is what I hear from this show when I read a Wolverine comic.
Yeah.
Same thing with Storm and Jean and Scott and Professor Xavier, although there's some Patrick Stewart in there. But every character had a phenomenal voice, Rob. A Beast voice was amazing. So I'm so excited for this. Rob, what storylines, major storylines, do you think they're going to do 97 animated style we've read in maybe the past? Who knows? It could be storylines we've had in the last 5 to 10 years. It could be, they have so much they could like work with at this point, since you are the channel's biggest X-Men fan.
There's so much I would love to do. I haven't watched it so long. What haven't they done? House of M would be amazing.
Oh wow,
that would be dark, and they could do everything because back then they had everybody cross over and it was no problem. What about maybe Messiah Complex?
Messiah Complex would be interesting. We did see Sinister. Season 5 was a big Sinister. Mystique's a big character throughout, with Nightcrawler kind of having to face that, like, she's his mother.
I could definitely see that happening.
Rogue as well. Rogue in that show is crazy powerful because she has like Captain Marvel's powers, which at the time of the comics was going on. Everybody, she's unstoppable. Rogue is unstoppable in that show. So I am so excited for this show, Rob. This might be the one I'm most excited for outside of the MCU realm.
Guys, we want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. What series you're most excited for from Disney Plus's new lineup? Let us know down below.
And guys, thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, like, it really helps the channel out a lot. If you're new, subscribe and turn on those notifications. You don't want to miss anything else we detail. We do a bunch of episodes all the time, and if you missed anything, it's right here on the channel for you. And as always, my name is Chris Heller. That is Rob Moran. We're the Jersey Comic Crew, and we will see you next time.